Well, this Labour government has just let down the British people all over again. Prime Minister Keir Starmer has struck a one-in, one-out, shake-it-all-about migration deal, or you might call it an exchange programme for illegal migrants, with France's Emmanuel Macron in what I think is the ultimate gimmick. Just last year, Labour slammed the Conservative Party, remember, for the Rwanda scheme, which they called a gimmick.
The Rwanda scheme was dead and buried before it started. It's never been a deterrent. And I'm not prepared to continue with gimmicks that don't act as a deterrent.
But now Labour's come up with the ultimate gimmick, and this deal makes a mockery of what the British people really want. We don't want one in, one out. We want none in and all of the illegal migrants out. We want the estimated 1.2 million illegal migrants who are currently living in Britain removed from Britain. And we want our culture, our way of life to be protected, to be promoted, and not to be continuously eroded by uncontrolled mass migration. Keir Starmer's spokesperson has insisted that the migrant agreement with Macron will be more successful than the Conservative Party's Rwanda scheme. But let's not forget that the Rwanda scheme only resulted in 4 migrants being deported, and they left voluntarily. So the bar is already extremely low. Tackling illegal migration is crucial for both the UK and France as more migrants flood into Europe from overseas. But Labour Home Secretary Yvette Cooper said today that they have not even figured out how many migrants are going to be returned. Watch this.
The whole purpose of what we're doing is to bring down these dangerous boat crossings because we think no one should be making those boat crossings. What we did say, what the Prime Minister said yesterday, is there's no single silver bullet, whether it's about this new returns agreement, which frankly I think is the right thing to do, or any of the other measures that we're talking about. We've seen 6 years of people claiming that one single thing, particularly the previous government claiming one single thing, or opposition parties claiming one single thing is going to solve it. What we need is a comprehensive approach that looks across the board.
A comprehensive approach. I mean, this is completely bananas. The stark reality is that it's estimated only 50 illegal migrants will be returned to France each week. That is 1.5% of the total number who have arrived on the small boats since this crisis began. 1.5%. I struggle to grasp how 50 illegal migrants a week are going to make a dent in this crisis when hundreds are arriving every day. You know, I didn't think Keir Starmer could make a worse deal than the Chagos deal, but this returns deal could actually become a major pull factor to the UK for thousands more asylum seekers, as Britain will now have to accept some of them who make it to France. Asylum seekers will be able to apply online to be relocated. This includes those with family connections in the UK and those who are most likely to be exploited by people smugglers. And during a press conference this week, Sir Keir defended letting migrants in. Here's what he said. "We accept genuine asylum seekers because it is right that we offer a haven to those who are most in need. We simply cannot solve a challenge like stopping the boats by acting alone and telling our allies that we won't play ball." All while it's been revealed exclusively today by GB News that private companies, get this, have secured over £5 billion in UK government contracts to provide border security services. The average contracts in terms of value are £27 million, costing the UK taxpayer 73 quid per person to cover everything from drones in the Channel to marquees at processing centres. The National Audit Office has separately estimated that this border crisis in terms of accommodation costs could cost £15 billion over the next 10 years. The deal is already seeing a backlash, including, by the way, among the French, as both the head of the Northern France region and the mayor of Calais today have come out, unsurprisingly, and said that this deal, agreed by Keir Starmer, will only draw more migrants to the Channel coast. And the French are saying what is obvious. Keir Starmer's dodgy deal on the small boats crisis will only lead to a surge of yet more migration as the prospect of asylum in the UK is now put on the table. I don't know about you, but I don't want an exchange programme for illegal migrants who break our laws. I don't want another country having control over who comes in and out of our own country. I want secure borders now. We need to leave the European Convention on Human Rights. We need to reform the Human Rights Act. We need to start making serious strides towards delivering the real change that the hard-working, tax-paying British majority both deserve and need.